So, I'm taking you on a quick tour of my new spookily decorated house. You're probably wondering what the hell this has to do with my vlog. It has nothing to do with my vlog. I'm just having fun. So I wanted to show off all my bat decorations. There will be bat decorations in the house for the next couple of Oh, it's just occurring to me, I might have to take the decorations down at some point for the next video I'm doing. But in the meantime, yeah, if you're like, what the heck is up in that house? It's my bats, so they'll be up for October. Yay! Yay, spooky! Welcome to my mental breakdown. So I just kind of wanted to go over some of the things that have happened since the last time I put up a video. The two main things, I guess, are how the medication's been working for me, as well as what happened when I tried to look for therapy. So the medication, there were a couple of side effects that I was noticing at the beginning, and that has since changed to a couple of different side effects, or at least what I'm assuming or side effects. I take my medication every night right before I go to sleep, and then the next morning, around about 10 a.m., I would get really nauseous. And then after a couple of minutes, it would completely go away. That's not even happening anymore. That only happened for like the first week or so. Since then, there are a couple of new things. One of them is I'm getting acne. You can kind of see, because I'm not wearing any makeup right now, you can kind of see like little spots. The other thing, which is more of a bummer, is mouth ulcers. When I was a teenager, I used to get really bad canker sores, and I would have like a half a dozen of them at once. Since I've been taking the medication, right now I have 3. I have 2 up here and 1 down here, and they hurt like hell. They make it hard to eat, they make it hard to talk sometimes, they make it hard to brush your teeth, they make it kind of just hard to exist. Between the acne and the mouth ulcers, I've just, been regressed back to teenagedom. There are a couple of things that I can't have. One of them, it's something that I like very much, and that is alcohol. I'm taking antidepressants. Alcohol is a depressant, so if you're doing both, they're gonna cancel each other out. And for the most part, it's actually been pretty okay. I've never gone sober since I started drinking, so if nothing, it's kind of an interesting thing for me to try out anyway. The other thing that I can't take is ibuprofen. A week ago, I had to lift some heavy boxes, and the next day, I was like, oh, I'll just take some ibuprofen. And I was like, I should just look this up, and I did, and apparently you're not supposed to take ibuprofen if you're taking SSRIs. And I just kind of had to deal with the pain. The other reason that that's going to be a problem, when I get my period, the first couple of days I'm basically incapacitated from stomach cramps unless I take something. So I'm gonna have to find a substitute, like maybe even Tylenol will work, or I'll have to talk to a pharmacist. As far as whether or not I'm feeling any different, I'm kind of finding it hard to tell. I'm asking friends and family to let me know if they're seeing any difference. I think it's kind of hard to tell when you're on the inside. I feel like when I'm happier than I was, but when I get hit with a, moment of this like, oh shit thing that you get, I'm still experiencing that. It's only been like 3 weeks. I don't think it's done yet. I don't know. It's not like fixed me. So the other thing was counseling. I didn't mention this before, but before I ever even went to the doctor, a friend of mine had mentioned this counseling service to me. They had an online message thing, and I messaged them. They called me, which I wasn't expecting, and it was later than I assumed they would call, so I waited until I got a voicemail. Basically what happened was I didn't call them back because I chickened out. After I went and talked to my medical doctor, and she suggested counseling, I said, all right, well, what do I do? And she said, there's a number on the back of your card, call them. I called the number. I said, do you have like a list or something of people who I can talk to? And they said, no, but we can send you to a website. So I went to the website. You can kind of narrow it down to what you're looking for, and I found someone, and on this graph it said she was accepting new patients, so I was like, great, and she sounded like she was very much what I was looking for. So I emailed her. She emailed me back later that day saying I'm actually not accepting new patients. Then I finally called that place that had called me back, and this happened. Alright, I'm gonna call them again. I'm not sure what I need. I guess I could say that. I feel so fucking useless. Hi, I think I'm supposed to be leaving a message for I saw my medical doctor a few weeks ago and she recommended that I get counseling. I'm actually looking to set something up, something where I can talk to someone, as well as getting a diagnosis. So yeah, my name is Risa Romano, and my phone number is, so I'd love to get some more information, I guess. Thanks, bye. That was just me leaving a message, and even that I can't do without completely freaking out. I don't know, guys. But if you ever feel like you just don't even know what you're doing when you're talking on the phone with a healthcare professional, look at me. I am so lost and confused and don't know what I'm doing ever. So, you know, take consolation from that. While I was recording, I got a phone call. It was the counseling place. I talked with them for, I don't know, it was between like half an hour and 40 minutes. The woman who I was talking with was incredibly nice, and I'm realizing, and this is gonna be really hard for me, I'm gonna have to recount why I need counseling over and over and over again. That's gonna be super fun. They do work on a sliding scale, but unfortunately I think that they might still be a little pricier than I was hoping for, especially considering that this would be a new, like, weekly thing I would have to pay. Because of that, she gave me the numbers of 3 different places that I could call. She said that that will also work on a sliding scale in addition to if I can find anything else that works with my insurance. She's gonna contact me at the end of the week, so I'll have to look into these places and see price-wise what I'm looking at. That's all for now. I'm not as far along with the counseling process as I wanted to be. You've been watching my mental breakdown. God, with this lighting, it looks really, like, spooky and dark, and there are bats in the background. Maybe I should have waited until tomorrow, because it's very dark now.